Hey, welcome back everyone. Just to another live play. It's not actually going to be playing much, it's just going to be looking at the ZX Spectrum, the Horizons software pack, the tape that you got from Psion when you got your original Spectrum. Like back in the day, you got a tape that showed you what it could do, the graphics you could do, the programming, the calculations. There's a couple of games on there, or one game, and a character set generator, which I think was the thing that I used the most. But it was something I wanted to revisit, and I'm going to do it blind. So I've got two tape files, to the side A and side B. I think side A was boring because it had the it had a lot of typing on it, and that was really crap. But side 2 has got the more funky stuff, like 3D imaging, I think. And did it have, or definitely had sine waves and bouncing ball game, which was, that's the thing that everyone remembers. I have got the cassette somewhere, but it's somewhere deep down, I don't know. And there's apparently there's two coloured labels as well. One's blue and one's black on the actual cassette, so I don't know which is rarer. But yeah, you probably have no problem getting a copy if you want. If I remember rightly, I loaded it once, and then I was onto like Manic and like Attic Attack and all that kind of stuff, the cool stuff. But yeah, okay, so let's just bring the screen up. Okay, we've got that. So yeah, it'd just be loading in side 1. You'll see the loading screen. It will do it semi-turbo load. So it's telling us the volume set correctly, which is nice. So yeah, this was like one of the first things that a lot of people saw to do with the Spectrum. They got the brand new Spectrum, they'd unboxed it, put it in the, or as we used to say in the olden days, unwrapped it, put it in the, connected it up to the TV, tuned it in, and then loaded this. And one thing that I've just noticed that struck me is that there was 2 loading screens, like one right after the other. So that's kind of a bit interesting. So yeah, so they loaded in one after the other. That was the idea. So you'd stop the tape now, and you would look at the amazing graphics. There's no sound that I remember. No, it's just got the background music playing. So what this is going to do, I think, is it's going to tell us what a TV is and how that connects in, what an edge connector is, what the ROM and RAM is, the Z80. Excuse me, that's a Chinese going down. The ULA, the keyboard, and how they all interact. So let's try it then. Okay, so stop the tape, then press any key. The Spectrum hardware, Psion 1982. This program will introduce the Spectrum hardware. We will start from the inside with the parts that form the microcomputer. Microcomputer. Oh, I've got somebody texting and it's on. Hang on. Might be important. Oh, that's okay, it's just someone. Oh. Yeah, I'll get back to that after. Sorry about that. The only reason I answered the text was because it was Facebook, and if somebody's watching this, they might contact me through that, you know, if there's like a problem or something. So I was just checking. But anyway, yeah, RAM. The most complex yet cheapest component is a microprocessor, or CPU, the central processing unit. The CPU in the Spectrum is a Z80. Now bear in mind, this was back when nobody knew what or about 2% of the population knew what a CPU was, or probably knew what a keyboard was, pretty much, because it was only you know, like people that had typewriters, so writers, probably like secretaries, for want of a better word. You know, so getting a Spectrum with all the different combinations of keys, you know, it was quite an exciting time. So yeah, the Z80, press the key. The CPU is of little use without memory, and the Spectrum has two kinds: ROM, read-only memory, and RAM, random access memory. Now that's what bugs me a bit nowadays, is when people download games, say Manic Miner, or even downloading Horizons, they say, have you got a ROM for it? Have you got the ROM file? It's like, it's not the ROM file, it's a RAM file. I don't know where that ROM came from. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous terminology for a file that isn't anything to do with ROM, unless it is a ROM file. So if it's, I don't know, like the Z80 ROM file, for example, you know, I mean, that doesn't even make sense. It'll be the bit in the memory that's always there, so you can turn it on and you get your basic coming up. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, crazy. But anyway, okay, next one. So that's ROM and RAM, and then we've got, in the beautiful graphics that you can see, the ROM contains fixed programs and data which allows the Spectrum to start working as soon as it is switched on. Yeah, so it's like in the olden days we used to call it the bootstrap. So we've got you can read from and write to RAM. This program is in RAM. I've just thought maybe it's ROM cartridges. Maybe cartridges are classed as ROMs, so that with the consoles that had cartridges, that's where the term comes from. Okay, that's, you can write to RAM. This program is in RAM, but the contents of RAM are lost when the power is switched off. Yeah, which is why you save your work frequently. In order for the computer to do useful work, it must communicate with the outside world through peripheral devices. So yeah, your TV, your tape. I actually couldn't work out what LS meant, but I'm guessing now it's loudspeaker, and the keyboard. You can attach other peripherals like a printer besides the standard peripherals in this diagram using the edge connector. That's where you get all your sexy stuff like your drum machines and what have you, joystick interfaces. So the interface between the CPU and the peripherals is complex, but is handled by a single ULA, a custom designed chip. I think what this is doing is, this is Sinclair. It's kind of like Clive Sinclair, because he wanted it to be an educational machine, so there's a load of educational stuff pretty much all over the tape. TV and loudspeaker output devices which the Spectrum uses to pass information to you. The loudspeaker is playing now. So that's caning through a few octaves probably. Don't know how many octaves the Spectrum's got. Is it 4 or 5? And it goes back to the bottom and up again. Cassette recorder is an input and output device which is not for communication but for storage of programs and data. Oh yes. Like this is enthralling, isn't it? This is like totally enthralling. The Spectrum talks to you via the TV and you talk to or input information to the Spectrum using the keyboard. Yeah, because it is vital you know how to use the keyboard, there follows a series of programs to ensure just that. Goody. Do you want to run this program again? No, I think we've seen enough of that. Thanks very much. I do like that large font, and that looks really good. Stop the tape. Keyboard trainer. Lesson 1. Press A to continue. Right, I can find A. That's good. Oh god, yeah, is this the one that's slow and it just redraws the screen every time? Do not press break. Okay. Press E to continue. Typewriter mode. Yes. This is the first of 4 lessons which are designed to teach the fundamentals of the Spectrum keyboard. Press W to continue. The letters and numbers on the Spectrum are laid out in the same way as a typewriter. Press P to continue. However, you will notice that there is much else on and around the keys which makes this keyboard more complicated and powerful than a typewriter keyboard. I mean, it is more complicated and it is more powerful. It was quite a neat idea actually at the time. More about the flashing parts in later lessons. In this lesson we'll concentrate on numbers and letters. So yeah, okay, so you just get lowercase by default. Cap shift together gives uppercase. So it's not caps lock or caps, it's cap shift. Gives uppercase H. Press J to continue. The following test will continue ad infinitum unless you exit by pressing stop, symbol shift and A. Try pressing stop now. Okay, so it's no. Did I? Get in there, got the right keys this time. Let's stop to exit. Okay, so it's K, so that's uppercase K. Hey, oh, he wants me to do it again, the random bit's not working properly. Yeah, brilliant, yes, pass, right. Okay, press stop. The next test will ask you to enter a sequence of characters or string. Okay. Oh, even I'm falling asleep to this. Okay, I'm just going to do this once. J, P, S and M. Get in there, yes. Right, see ya. The end. No, any other key. Start the tape. Stop the tape. C to continue. Okay. Concentrate on the white keywords which are on the keys, so the large ones. They appear after N and at the beginning of a line, pretty much. Oh, I want to get on break through the wall. Don't want this test. In the following test, assume that the Spectrum is expecting a basic keyword. Yeah, okay. Let's stop to exit. So I'm just going to, is it that? No, I'll press P. Never remember what they are. Oh, it's, yeah, okay, it's the other one there. Oops, I pressed break. I pressed exit. Oh dear. I pressed stop. What happens in the test if it asks you to do stop? Does that stop the program or does it work? Alright, press Y to continue. I can do that. God, I bet nobody's watching. But no, I bet are you all asleep? I would be. No, this is getting really boring now. Yes, end. You have scored nothing. No. Start the tape. So if we start the tape now, it's lesson 3 out of 4. Are we getting there? 3 out of 4, continue. Okay, so there's different modes for the cursor. Press E to continue, so we do that. And then press I to continue, so that's currently, press stop to exit. Make C current. Make C current, so it's one of them, it's that one. It's not that one. Oh no, fail. Oh my god. You really, when you got Spectrum, you only need to know QAOP and space and or M. Oh, it's because it's them weird ones at the top, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Oops. Think that. Oh dear. Oh. Oh, oh, I pressed stop again. Oh, what a shame. Press stop. Lesson 4. I think by now you've probably fast forwarded and put the other side on. It's probably made kids run back to school. And this could have put a whole generation of computer enthusiasts off, I'll tell you that. Hey, I didn't. Press W. Stop to come out or wrong. Right. Yes, I know. Dictionary. Oh, there's also a dictionary on this side as well. I think this is the last bit. Don't worry, it's the last part. You're not swinging from a noose already. This program is intended as a guide to the keywords used by the Spectrum. It provides a brief description of each keyword as you enter it. Simply enter the keyword of your choice as you would in BASIC, using extended mode in the normal way. So if we just pick dim, remember that was one I could never get my head around until I started professionally doing it, and then it was like, oh, it's a dimension, it's an array, it's like, it's easy. Okay, so I think bye bye. Oops. So I think that's the end of side 1, side A. Did you enjoy that? Should have an interval, but I'll load in side B and then we'll have a look at that. It is, from my memory, it is a lot more interesting, but watch, see if there's 2 loading screens. No, there isn't this time. Stop the tape. Okay. Got Through the Wall, Bubblesort, Evolution, Life, Draw, Monte Carlo, Character Generator and Waves. If we do Through the Wall, Okay, so most programs are written in BASIC. There is a bit of machine code from Sinclair by Psion. Will allow you to apply the Spectrum to its full capability. This range included serious business type applications and games, both intellectual and not so intellectual. Business type applications, yeah, like spreadsheets and stuff. View file is a general purpose filing program or database, an essential software package for every Spectrum owner. You kept that on every tape, didn't you? Just to get to it. Used for names and addresses, club diaries, accounts and lists of all kinds. Yeah, lists of your pirated software, of your games. ViewCalc constructs, generates and calculates large tables for such diverse applications as financial analysis, budgets and projections. Okay, so that's like Excel, I guess. View 3D is a comprehensive design program for three-dimensional objects. Allows you to create, rotate and observe solid objects in full 3D perspective. Includes hidden line removal and shading. Bearing in mind that was really slow. To get it to rotate a little bit and draw it, you'd have to make a cup of tea or something. But it was pretty impressive for its time. Flight simulation, we know that. 3D cockpit, chess. Beat the Spectrum at chess, yeah. Hungry Horace, now that is a good game. That is one of the best. The other one is Horace Goes Skiing. One of the most amusing, colourful and exciting computer games yet devised. Planetoids is a rip-off of Asteroids, I would guess. And Space Raiders will be a rip-off of Space Invaders. Probably. Right, so start the tape. And I've just broken out of it. By pressing space or something. No, I'm just going to do... oh my god, where's it gone? Shush. Shush. So then if we do load, just load him separately. Through the wall, stop the tape. This is a basic program. It illustrates how you can program your own real-time games on the Spectrum using Simple Basic. It's one of those that you tried to do yourself when you were learning Basic to get a thing moving round without crapping out when it tries to draw off the screen. So it's Cap Shift, well it's O&P basically. Don't need that. Yeah, I used to love this. It's like this is probably the first game I played. Only because it was on the tape and I loaded it at once, and then like I say I loaded Manic Miner. So yeah, there's no sound. That's boot to there. You looked at the code and it basically shows you how to do it, so you could use that as a skeleton for your own game. I like the way the ball, unless it's an optical illusion, the ball shrinks down when it hits the bat. That's a neat addition, especially considering it's such an early game. Just over one more life after this. Yeah, bearing in mind there's no sound in the game. In fact, I don't think there's much sound apart from when it actually showed you the sound. Nothing like today's music, is it? You know, when you heard those beeps. Yeah, I mean this is... yeah, it's good to see it again. I'm not really getting nostalgic over it though. Let's try the next one. I was hoping that would give me more of a nostalgic blast, but I wasn't really feeling it. I don't remember the rest of them being particularly enthralling. A sorting algorithm applied to a hand of cards. Jeez, is it any more boring? poor kid who got his Spectrum and he only had this tape. He didn't have Manic Miner or, you know, Lunar Jetman or one of the earlier ones, one of the Horaces. He got this and he had to play this all the time on Christmas Day until he saved up with his pocket money to get another game, or went back to school to have a little copy party. Bubblesort, a simple algorithm for ordering a list of items. The algorithm, yeah, it does a blah de blah and a bit of that and a blah blah, and then it moves that, and then Bob's your uncle. So swap, yes. Does it 6 is greater than 3? Swap, yes. So that's explaining in one go how it would do it, and as if by magic it works. Yeah, I bet my eyes glazed over at this back in the day as well. It's like, yeah, computers can do number stuff. Oh, and they can draw cards as well. So pass 1, what is it going to do? Press a key to make it faster. Yeah, basically it will sort them within suit. Oh god, you'll be pressing the key going, this is not a game. Dad, I don't want this, I want the watch. I want the Casio game watch. That's a game, not this. And what, yeah, right, see ya. See ya. Poor thing, he'd be weeping, wouldn't he? Or her. Then Billy would be going, oh, it's a shoot 'em up, foxes versus rabbits. An example of the solution of differential equations. And they'd be going like, oh my shit in hell. Mathematical equations of considerable subtlety, blah blah, can be blah blah, and something something blah blah, something meteorology, etc. blah. Foxes and rabbits is a classic example of... yeah. Oh god, it's got equations in it as well. The triangle of R equals the AR minus the BRF, close bracket, triangle T. Oh, that's the death rates and stuff. He says, pretending he knows what he's talking about. The solution depends on the initial conditions. In the example that follows, the initial number of rabbits is 2400 and the initial number of foxes is 180. Press any key for the spectrum to solve the problem in time. Ooh. God. Good grief. How do I move it up? How do I shoot? What am I doing? Not working. I'm not even... I wanted a Commodore 64. I didn't want this rabbits and stuff. Life. Rules. The grid is divided up into a square grid. Each unit square has 8 neighbours and can be either dead or alive. Each generation blah blah, life generator blah. Delay between generations in second, between... I want it as short as possible, I guess. Don't strain yourself though, Spectrum, don't strain yourself. Use arrow keys and cap shift to set up, then press Q to commence. So let's... what does cap shift do? That's not doing anything. Cap shift isn't doing anything. Alright, just press Q. Press S to stop. Oh, it's a bit like an old-fashioned demo. I mean, a demo that is old. Might get a face or a skull in there. See, you know, like with the shape. I mean, what is that showing us? Population? How they come together and disappear and go away and die, and there's that bunch of 4 at the top. They're like COVID separated, aren't they? Or something. Oh God, yeah. By now it's probably nearly Christmas dinner time, and the poor kid is looking at his other presents where he's got a stick of wood in a cardboard box, and then he's got this. And he's like, this is not a game. This is not a playing game. This is not a game that I want to play. It's not even a game. Press S to stop. Q. Press Q to load the next program, or just press enter to repeat. Right, yeah, oh yes. Next program please, on the tape. Right, draw. This is like that turtle thing. Was it turtle? You could say straight ahead for so much, angle so much, straight ahead, angle. That was boring as well. There are two cross wires in and there which can be moved around the screen and are used to define various figures. Plus is moved by pressing the arrow keys, 5, 6, 7, 8, so that's the cursor keys. X by pressing shift, the same. Cross only one pixel at a time, and you can change this. Pressing J and entering the number of pixels the crosswire will jump at a time. Oh my god. Alright, I will draw a circle and that'll be it. Into paper colour. 0, a bit of that. Ink, 7, a bit of that. Oh, at least it lets you do the instructions, so we're getting there. Forward, big jumps, big jumps. Oh. And then C for circle. Now is it C or is it... Ah, you see, they showed a capital C and I've just pressed C and that's worked. I think that's wrong. If I get it wrong in the typing, then it's definitely wrong on this. Do you want to paint this? No, I don't. Is that it? Q. Start the tape. Monte Carlo, here we come. Keep thinking that looks like Stop the Express for some reason. Stop the tape. Right. This program uses the R&D function, random function, to simulate the fall of two dice and displays the resulting probability distributed on a bar chart. It runs into two stages, small scale, blah blah. Oh, I see, so that's 10 throws. Don't they say it should be in the middle, even though it doesn't make logical sense? Well, not even sure it makes mathematical sense. You know, so we've got, yeah, more common to get the middle numbers, which is weird considering it's... Ah, but is that the R&D function? Is it just utter bollocks that it's not actually a random number generator? But they say if you drop that like a ball bearing down a pegboard and it's like that, got 10 slots, that it will, as I understand it, will be a similar pattern to that. There endeth the lesson of the day. Oh, I need, yeah, here we go. Right, let's load the next one. I think the Bond film's coming on soon, isn't it? You know, Christmas Day, there's always a Bond film. Didn't see what that was. Character generator. Oh, this is where you can make your own character sets and save it out and put it in your own. It's because I used to do text adventures. This was quite useful if I remember rightly. Yeah, aid the generation of user-defined graphic characters. So in essence, it's either draw your own like little Manic miners, or it's just another character set. Yeah, and you can see there, that's actually the UDGs from the previous game still in there. Or previous games, previous 2 programs. Right, A to alter pattern, clear grid, pick up a character, I don't know what that is, but anyway, A. Way. And then what? Shift. Oh, with or without. Cursor square is filled in when... Oh, I see. So we're just filling in now. We're just going up, down, left, right. We go. See, that's a cactus. Is that like a cactus or a Space Invader with a head? That's fantastic. That's like a bullhorn, isn't it? Look, there we go. We can save that. Oh, which one do I want it entered? A to U. So if I do it in A, there we go. Just change the character set. Hey! Right, Q to quit this program. Yeah, seriously, I did enjoy that. It was relaxing and it was quite artistic. Not like you would do, you're actually creating stuff on the spectrum. Two waveforms, frequencies of two are fairly close, then a low frequency effect will occur known as beating. This is what? Beating? This is most prominent when the amplitudes of the two waves are also close. Would you like an example? Yeah, we'll do the example and then we'll load the next one. The amplitude is 15, the frequency is 25. Frequency is higher. Amplitude is slightly more closer together. So yeah, I guess seeing this being drawn like that is quite cool. 1982. Gosh, imagine nowadays if you got a Switch or something, or I know that's new stuff, but I'm just saying like PS5 and you had this built in. Before you get to play on your game, you should know how to use the controller. Yeah, okay, and that's the bashing or whatever they call it. What was it? Bashing, that'll do. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's the end. I think we've got to the end. Yeah, it's loading side B, so it's the beginning. Yeah, cool. Oh, that wasn't as nostalgic as I thought it would be. I think it was pretty crap, to be honest. You know, I don't know what they go for on eBay, but geez, I wouldn't pay 50p for that. Well, I might pay 50p, but not actually bother using it. Yeah, Thro The Wall was pretty good. Character generator was alright, and the wave one looked okay. But yeah, I feel sorry for any kid that got this at Christmas, just this tape with this Spectrum, couldn't do anything else. I suppose you could look at the code, but he wanted to play games, or she wanted to play games. Oh god. Well, I promise next time it will be some games, it won't be one of these tapes. Any other kind of view calc or any bollocks like that, we don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I want to see something exciting with moving graphics and fast graphics. Not an educational tape. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a bit of a laugh. And I'm sure we're all laughing quite strenuously. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you next time. See ya. I do apologise.